Anybody out there? Am I on the right one? What is going on here? Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright.
All right, Bob, there you go. There's Bobby. Okay, I don't get
What's up,
how
man?
that thing. It's funny, the link that I post inside the Power Network worked, but the one that's on my actual screen that I clicked to turn live didn't work. I don't get I don't get that. But at least there's a viewer there and there's you, so it is crazy, man, crazy. So I'm just gonna go with this one, and not sure why that happened. Are you sitting there singing? Can you hear me, Bobby?
Yeah,
Bobby, can you hear me? You
I
singing,
can
man? Can you
hear.
hear me?
I can.
Who else
I
is
can hear
singing?
you.
All right.
That was me, but that was me like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, hold on a second. Weird. Hold on. There's a link that I post inside the Power Network. All right, sound okay. Never mind. Sound kind of. My voice is like Mr. Nerdy voice there. What is that? All right. So I turned that off. Now, okay, you there, Bobby? Okay, so at least I don't live. All right, good. All right, guys. So this is the Million Pound March coaching call, and I am Colin Watson, your host, and I wanted to kind of make a shift in this Million Pound March challenge. As you know, after it's been, you know, it was on my mind heavy this week as we were, as actually I was posting. My goal was posting photos. We talked about last call about posting photos while we eat, and I was having a challenge trying to post it from my phone, and I was like, you have to go plug in my phone to my computer. And I was like, you know, this is not easy. It's not flowing. And if it's not flowing for me, it must be like hell for everybody else. And I started, started to look at, how many people were still here, how many people were actually blogging, which some of you have been really religious at it, and see if the actual the purpose for which I created this challenge was it actually living up to its purpose. And my consensus is that it needed to take a shift from the platform that we're using. Originally, when I looked at utilizing the blogging system and the Empower Network system, my goal was that I wanted to share the protocol and then allow people to share their success, and also to be able to reap abundance from their success. And utilizing the platform, they would be able to, when they shared their journey, they'd be able to earn commissions, because that's how the platform was created. However, hi Holly. However, I realized that it's been 5 months now, and a few of the people, key players have set up their blogs, and they've been sharing the love and having people on their team, but the majority of people didn't do that. And we also realized that a lot of people were getting lost from the time they sign up to the time they actually get into the Million Pound March Challenge. They were meeting they were meeting the greetings from the Empower Network, which caused a great deal of confusion. And I couldn't find a way of putting myself in between the Empower Network and the Million Pound March to guide people to the right place. So needless to say, when I look at all the steps that people have to take in order to really get in here and start blogging and follow the instructions and follow what the content that's laid out, it's very, very convoluted and challenging to do. And this is already a challenging process to begin with. So when you put you put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 steps that people need to go through in order to get to a goal, it's going to minimize your success rate, at least for the information we're trying to give. So I was like, you know what, this is not working. And so I figured, what is easiest for me, because I'm a guy that's got all this stuff on my plate. So I figure if I find the easiest avenue for me, I'm hoping it'll be the easiest avenue for everybody else. So like for me, when I was talking about posting photos, and the challenge was this week to post photos of our meals. Holly was like #1 on the list of doing that, by the way. I usually post my stuff on Facebook. It's easier for me to just go boom, 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 and upload it right when I put it on the plate, take a picture, and do that. Trying to do it into the blogging system and having to go through all those different challenges just to post, and then I can't post multiple photos with my phone on the Empower Network blog. I could do it from my computer. And so if I had multiple things I wanted to post in one cluster, it was just challenging unless I got out my computer to do that. And I'm too busy to do that. So I'm like going, if this is challenging for me, it's got to be challenging for a lot of other people. So my thing is, I wanted to make it easy. I also realized that not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. For me, I live in this space where I go, wow, my life is so abundant with loving what I do, loving that I get to help and talk to people every day, and loving that I get to make a ridiculous living doing that. And so I wanted to share that. I wanted what I want for myself, I want for other people. But I have realized that I can't want for anybody something more than they want for themselves. And you know what? Building a business online is not easy. It took me several years to figure out how to just get the tip of the iceberg of building a successful business. So there's 2 conversations going on in this platform that I was trying to accomplish. And I realized there are 2 very dynamic and very difficult concepts, and to try and teach both of them at the same time in the same platform, I don't think to me, the evidence is showing that it's not working. Bottom line, it's just not working. So for me, I'd rather have a bigger audience of people learning this content, getting this content, transforming their lives, learning how to live, beyond the HCG diet protocol and pay it forward. And then those who are entrepreneurial, have entrepreneurial mindsets, to give them a whole nother place to go in order for them to get that information if they want it, but not try and build it in the same situation. So I hope I'm making sense. But bottom line is simply this. Million Pound March, my vision of the Million Pound March was to help 1 million people help however many people reach 1 million pounds lost. To do that, you'd have to be able to pay it forward and help other people with your results, help other people who asked you for help. They didn't say go out and yank overweight people off the street and say, hey, you got to do this. It's just whoever you came across in your circle of influence to help them achieve the same goals utilizing this protocol. For some of you, that's been easy to do, and some of you, that has not been easy to do. But also, there was the concept of getting people on your team. You earn a commission for that, then having them buy the products and services they need to even get transformed. There was commissions for that. And all that stuff is well and dandy, but it still seemed like the conversation of what really we're here was getting lost. So I decided that for me, I'm going to move the Million Pound March Challenge to Facebook. And it's funny that I had a coaching program on Facebook, and I got a lot of pushback from people because they didn't want to be on Facebook, because they didn't want people to know they're on a diet. They didn't want people to know this, that, and the other thing, and they were creating fake fake profiles because they didn't want people to know that. You know what? I realized, so I tried to shift away from that to accommodate people. But ultimately, the bottom line is the easiest place for me to post content, and the easiest place for most people to get that content live and the fastest is in Facebook, because the majority, let's face it, the majority of people that have a Facebook account, which is probably 9 out of 10 people on the planet, they pay attention to their alerts, to their comments, to their likes, to their, anytime that thing bleeps or flickers, people are on their phones, communicating through Facebook. And so I have a software that allows me to do that. So I figured if I move the group to Facebook and put the challenge there, put all the content there where it can be laid out in my dog is like barking like crazy, laid out in chronological order, that people could actually make their posts there private or public. And that's what's cool about it. With a flip of a button, you can have all your comments in your post private within the private members group, or you can make it public within the public group of Facebook. But ultimately, this is the truth of the matter. If you feel like you need to hide the fact that you are on a journey to change your life and change your health, and you're afraid of ridicule and afraid of this, that is also called accountability. It's called social accountability. It puts you in a position that have the highest level of results because your people are watching. Have you ever heard someone say that act as if the world is watching? Because we act differently when people are paying attention than when people are not paying attention. So my thing is that if you don't want the accountability, that means you're actually kind of telling yourself that you want permission to kind of mess up or not complete or not reach your goal. Either way, you can either bow in or bow out of the challenge or the protocol by either being in the group or not being in the group, being either a exclusive member of the content within there, or you can just be a public member, watching from the outside. But it's still going to be very similar, that the content that we put in here is going to be exclusive content for members only. However, there's going to be a group of people outside that. And the reason why not, the problem with the software that I have is that it works on Facebook fan pages. It doesn't work on private group pages. So we have this Million Pound March group that has 40-something members in there, and I have a Million Pound March fan page that's got 5,500 people there. And so there's an opportunity to engage a lot more people on the fan page than it is on the private group. So we will be shifting, or I will be shifting. The content will be available, the private content will be available on our Million Pound March fan page, not our private group page. And that's just because that's the way software works. Within that fan page, there will be a private members button that says Million Pound March. It has the logo or the banner there, which is, you click on it, and it takes you into the private members area, which is basically private, which means that any conversations, posts, or what have you going on is within the group, unless you uncheck the button that says don't post this on my Facebook wall. It stays private. If you don't care and you want your photos and your pictures and your posts to be on Facebook, on your Facebook wall or on the wall of the Million Pound March fan page, then it'll be in both places, private and public. But ultimately, you have control over that by pushing a button. But the reason why I like this is because of two things. Number one, it allows us to have a broader audience where they don't have to navigate through the Empower Network system to get to the content. Number two, there's already a fan base there, 5,500 people that like that page, like the concept, like the information that we're going to engage by our engaging and having these hangouts to get them into the group, because I still want to reach our goal of losing 1 million pounds by the January 1st. Now, is it a very lofty goal since half the year is gone? Sure, but I don't ever put limitations on my possibilities. But all I do know is that you need to change things if they're not working. Otherwise, what's the point? So now, what I am going to do is there's key players that have been in this challenge from day one, that have basically stepped up and have been here every week, and that have put in a lot of content to help build the Million Pound March Challenge as is. And so for those people, they're going to be grandfathered into the new members area, which means, all that means simply that grandfathered in means that you're not going to have a monthly fee for being a part of the challenge or being a part of that group. Because so if you want to keep your Empower Network blog going and utilize that as it was originally designed to monetize at some point, that's great. But I'm not going to double charge. You're not going to have to be paid double for the members area and for the Million Pound March area. I mean, for the Empower Network area. That's your choice if you want to keep both of them. But if for those of you, and I'll let you know who you are, if you just joined yesterday, you would not be someone who grandfathered in. Those of you already know who you are, that've been here from day one and have basically helped build this. And so I feel as my thanks to you to grandfather you guys in, so you don't have to worry about paying for it. And for those of you that are new, we'll transfer your memberships over, and anybody that comes in after that, they'll pay the membership fee. And I'm probably going to reduce it to, somewhere in the teens, $19 or something like that. But ultimately, it's giving it value because it does have tons of value. But I also don't want money to be a price point. The goal is to build a community, build a tribe, and get this information out. I opted to do my radio show last week. I missed doing my radio show, and I did a radio show focused on the Phase 3 2.0, and it went out to 250,000 people, and I got freaking emails and phone calls off the hook from people just wanting to grasp the concept of Phase 3 2.0, because no one's ever done it. No one's ever changed the game or laid a foundation for stabilizing a Phase 3 the way we've done it in HC Body for Life and with this new concept of Phase 3 2.0. And I like that because I like pioneering this protocol. I like giving people options because ultimately to me it's all about people having success. It's not success if you buy my products. It's success with this protocol so you will feel compelled by your own results to pay it forward and share that with somebody else. So it was exciting that people really embraced it, and they're looking and they're hungry for something new, because it seems that is the Achilles heel for a lot of people, stabilizing in Phase 3 and moving to Phase 4. The Million Pound March Challenge, the Facebook version of it, will have also a complete Phase 4 that's been laid out by Heather and Joe Giuliani, literally with a 30-day meal plan, exactly eat this, not that approach. It gives you 30 days of the recipes in their book combined in the method in which they eat their meals, and you'll be able to swap them out or what have you. But we wanted to lay out a Phase 4 very similar to Phase 2 and Phase 3, to where you actually have a game plan of what to eat, because people seem lost. Like Bobby said last week, hey, I don't know what a protein and a carb and a fat is. I don't know what to eat. I'm just freaking lost. And that is where most people are. I think that ideally this protocol is amazing through Phase 1 and 2, and in Phase 3 and 4, for most of the world, it's been left for you to kind of fend for yourself. We've done our best to make sure you had a comprehensive Phase 3. My Phase 4 gave you by the time you finish my original Phase 4, you should have a good knowledge of what foods your body likes and what foods your body doesn't like, but it still doesn't provide you a roadmap of what to do, exactly what to eat for 30 days, at least, so you can see how your body responds, so you can actually have a working, what do you call it? I forgot the word I'm looking for, but you're following your own path, and you're creating these meals, and you're eating them, and you're seeing how your body's responding, and you're learning how your body will respond to real food, and how you can actually have your cheat meals and have I'm not gonna call them cheat days. Have your cheat meals, still enjoy the food you love, and not see yourself climbing back 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds from where you left off. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming. But for me, I felt that, if something's not working, don't continue to stay in that lane when it's not working. And I can tell it's not working based on the level of engagement that we've had in the blogosphere. The fact that members stay signed up is great. You know what? So what? I get money coming into my account every month. But I tell you, that's not what runs me. I don't want people paying for something they're not freaking utilizing. If you're not getting benefit from it, stop paying for it. So we want to make sure that you're in a position that you're engaged, and that it's easy for you to access the information. It's easy for you to access your support group. It's easy for you to have someone else comment on you. Because if you are a member of the my dog's going to start barking again. If you are a member of the Million Pound March group, you can see when people comment, there's all the other members are giving them support and liking their stuff, and if they have a question, they're getting answered right away. Even if I'm not tuned into the page, somebody within the challenge is usually offering a support of some sort. That is what I want for everybody. So for those of you who have, and if you've done your blog and you have it set up to where you can monetize it, you still can post your blog inside the Facebook group. Everything you were able to do before, you should be able to do. Is just that for content purposes and for ease of getting content, ease of sharing content, and ease of communication and support, I think that the Facebook platform is going to be much easier for people to, and much more user-friendly for people to. Everyone knows how to use Facebook, and literally it's about push the button that says post on my page or don't post on my page. I mean, it's simple as that. And inside the actual content, when you click on that icon to and next week's call, I'll actually get it in there, because they have to update the software in order for me to set up all the content and transfer all the content over from the blog into the new phased, Million Pound March platform, if you will. But you'll just be able to click on it, and it'll say phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, just like a normal, any kind of normal members area should look like. I mean, if you look at the Million Pound March blog, the way it's set up now, there's like 100 entries of Hangouts, and 100 entries of phase 1, and 100. Anybody that ever posted anything that said phase 1, that's a whole new entry. So someone who's trying to navigate through that, it's crazy. I wouldn't do it, so I can't expect other people to do it. So, but I mean, that's kind of where I'm at on this. It's really I think you guys are gonna like it better. But ultimately, like I said, I'm gonna utilize my blog for the conversation of monetizing your weight loss journey. So my thing is, the Million Pound March is going to be the Million Pound March Challenge. That means it's going to be content driven, how to do this protocol in a 2.0 fashion. That means anything that's new, anything that has been updated, anything from phase 1 to phase 4, this is basically the content that will be going in the new book issued by Life 2.0. So that means any new experiments, any new things that I've come across that I found that will help people lose weight faster or stabilize their weight or keep the weight off longer is going to be in the Million Pound March. And that's where people need to come to get that content. As far as, I'm creating a whole new YouTube channel. I would be creating a whole new blog inside the Empower Network, talking about how I built this business from the ground up for those who want to learn how to take their personal transformation and turn it into a 6-figure to 7-figure income. I'm not, it's not like I'm the most talented guy on the planet. I'm just a hard worker, and I have big ideas and big dreams, and I spend a lot of time, working on my success. Those who have that same type of mindset, they'll be able to tap into this content. That's what the Empower Network was designed to do. It was designed to teach those who have entrepreneurial spirit, who want to figure out how to make a powerful income from home, how to do it step by step from some of the most talented people in the world. And so what I'm going to do basically for that part of the platform is just show what I did. All I can do is show what I did to get from zero, from knowing absolutely nothing about the internet other than how to use Google, to running I shyfully say $1 million business. And the best part of my day is picking up the phone and talking to people and having them solve, helping them solve what they found, what they feel is a monumental obstacle in their life. and that's simply by sharing my personal knowledge and experience from learning from you guys. And I want to open that door for you guys to be able to learn that. But it's going to be, if you want to learn it, you'll know where to go get it. If you don't want to learn it, it's not going to be in your face. And that's kind of what I like about separating the two concepts, is that for those who want to get that information, they'll know where to find it. And I will have an audience for that, and there's going to be an audience for who want to learn how to do this advanced protocol. So, I mean, Bobby and Holly, you can give me some feedback on that if you want. On any thoughts you have about making the changes smoother, better, or any suggestions, because it is being built. So I mean, all your input is valuable at this point. But that's just, you know, as far as shifting, I'm definitely shifting because it's not working. Any thoughts? Chime in anytime.
Go ahead, Holly.
You have any thoughts? If not, that's fine.
I really like the blog. I think it does accountable. It helps you get things off your mind. I mean, I would like to continue trying to use it, but I respect what you're saying too. I understand that not everybody does it. But yeah, I would like to learn more how you did it.
Well, I'm saying you can use your blog. I'm not telling people to you know, throw their blogs away. I'm just saying for the purposes, we found out very early that we couldn't share the content so everybody could see it within the blog experience. So we tried to get around that by having people fix their blogs and post it on Facebook, and then Facebook blocked it. It was just way too many obstacles. So I think that you should definitely still use your blog, and you still can be blogging, but you can actually just post your blog on the Facebook group, just like we have you doing now. But I'm just saying, for people to be able to see content from me and from everybody else, the Facebook option right now is the best option because everybody can see everything. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, the blog is it's kind of difficult, but how, like, aren't doing this? Like, what is Empower Network using their blogs for? Are they blogging about their business, or like how are they using it?
I mean, Empower Network, the blog is basically to use your blog to talk about whatever it is that you love to do, and learn how to monetize that blog and get an audience who's also interested in learning how to do what you're doing, and they basically will sign up to learn how to build a business online. And that's what it was designed for. I tried to use it in a dual capacity to teach people what I know how to do, and also give them an opportunity to duplicate that and learn from it. But it's not working the way it needs to work, because ultimately, to teach people, everyone needs to be able to see everybody's conversation, and the function's unable to get at this point. So Bernice. So that's what it's for. It's designed for people who want to learn how to become internet entrepreneurs. So I'm going to use it for what it's designed for, since it's already made for that. But as far as teaching people this protocol, it's not designed for that. And I've just, I've tried to push a square peg through a round hole for 5 months, and it's just not working. So you got to learn when to shift in order to make things work. So, but I still think the blog is a powerful tool. I'm not saying not to blog. I'm saying take your blog content and share it on Facebook in order to help engage the audience. But ultimately, like Bobby set up his blog where he can put his link onto Facebook, and it says "Don't be judged," and you can see his blog posts by clicking on that link. He still can post in Facebook whenever he wants to post to the Facebook. So it's an option to do both. But for me, in order to lay out the content so anybody who signs up can immediately go from being signed up to go, oh, they automatically get an access key that says this is your access key. They click that key, it takes them through Facebook, and boom, they land right on all of the content for the £1 Million March. They don't have to search all over the place for it. They don't have to wonder where it is or where to find it. It's right there in front of them, and that's how you teach people. The easiest way, the easiest path to teach somebody is give them exactly what they're looking for. As it is now, You have to log into your blog, then you have to open up another browser, you have to log into the Million Pound March blog, and then you have to look at the content from the outside of your browser. It's just stupid. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm going to have to, because I don't think I've ever been on the fan page before. I've just grew.
Let me see if I can, let me see here. I'll show you a sample if I can share my screen here. Let me see, where is that? Share my screen. It's going to go into a rabbit hole here in a minute, so hold on. Lets me do it. Yeah. Alright, so it says desktop, start screen sharing.
Holy moly.
There you go. Lots of rabbit holes. Alright, so in a minute, it's got a little bit of a delay, but let me go here to Facebook. Alright, so this is the Million Pound March group page, right? And this is the Million Pound March fan page. Okay. Now you can see the fan page already has 5,465 active likes or members, right? And then you see where these tabs here says click here to join. That takes you to the sign up page. Click here for the live hangout. Yeah, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. And then it would be click here and there'll be an icon here. So let me just give you an example of what that looks like by going to one of my old coaching programs called the HCG Underground Revolution. Just because it'll be very similar to how this is laid out. Hold on here. Now this program is discontinued, but it's going to be the same kind of software that's going to be HCG Underground Revolution.
So people from my Facebook group, I thought it was private.
Well, the Facebook group is private, but this is where you're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is HCG Underground Revolution fan page, right? It's got 900 fans. Right here is the HCG Underground Revolution content. Now, because I'm the administrator of the content, I can click on this, and it logs me straight in. But this is what it would be like for you if you're a member and you have the access key. You're going to click on this, and it's going to go straight to the members area, and it's going to say private chat area right here, and then it has this is private chat. So if I wanted to add a comment here, you see this box that says also post on Facebook. When I uncheck that box, anything I type here, anybody here, basically this comment stays within the private chat comment section. Okay. So nobody sees this unless if I check that, then it'll go to my Facebook wall, just like everything else. Now, Underground Revolution content is laid out as you see, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, all the way through module whatever. I think it's 11. It's got phase 2, phase 3, and it has everything broken down in modules, so it's easy to find. So bottom line is it has the mixing instructions, your essentials, your dosing. Your body measurements, all the stuff is laid out. It's laid out. So all you have to do is click on the tab, workout videos, and you click on them, and there are the workout videos. You click on the tab. This opens up in a new window, and there's a video that opens up on YouTube, blah, 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 which is now private, right? So that's what I'm talking about, it being in the content private members area. That means all this content right here, this whole section here, cannot be seen by the 5,000 people on that page unless they're a paid member. So all this content right here cannot be accessed unless you have an access key to get to. This whole conversation, anything that's said here, cannot be seen by anybody outside of this realm unless you want your comments to be private. So you can have a conversation on here and reply and have a conversation with 10 people, but the conversation stays here. Now, if one of those 10 people decides that they want their comment to go live, they would check that button, it goes live. It doesn't make the whole conversation live, it just makes their comment live. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So That's what I'm talking about, just the ease of finding the content. When somebody signs up to the, basically to the Million Pound March Challenge, they basically land on the fan page. If I can get back to it. They land on the fan page, and then they basically see this tab right here that says, it'll say Million Pound March, very similar to this. They click on that, and boom, they're automatically in the members area with all the content. No looking around. Here I can put videos. I can put anything I want here in the members area as the very top thing. Anything fresh I add, I load, it'll be on top. So I can actually put all my content here. Now, as far as the blogosphere is concerned, you can do all your blogging and posting and what have you. If you want your blogging to be private, you can post it in the private members area. The link to your blog can be posted in the comment section. If you want to just have a conversation and support people in the members area, then all you do is you comment in here and you make posts in here just like we do in the normal group. This information here is not private. I could actually, and at some point, I can actually turn this group from a public group into a private group. If it gets to the point where we have that many members here, and I can make this whole fan page private, I believe, private or members access to it. But for right now, I want to engage the people that are in the Million Pound March fan group. I want to convert these 5,000 people that are out here that like the content. I want these people to now come inside and start learning our advanced ACG 2.0 stuff and start sharing it here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I got to figure out how to get back to where I was at.
So there is no more like signing people up under us on Empower Now.
Well, you know what? That doesn't stop, and that's where I want you to understand. But first, let me figure out how to get back to where I was at, guys. I have no clue where my thing is at. All I know is I see my desktop. I don't see you guys. Where is it? Where the heck is my thing? Is it one of these? Here we go. Okay. So let me stop sharing real quick, and then I'll come back to, how do I get back over here? That's kind of funny, but I'll tell you, I'll do this. All right, let's click this again, and it should share back. All right. So, Holly, to answer your question, cancel. So, yeah, the thing is that your blog still is your blog. Your ability to build your team is still the same. The only thing is, instead of you having them directing them inside the Empower Network for content, they'll be getting an access. They'll sign up and get an access. They'll have to sign up through here and get an access key to the challenge here in Facebook. Now, I don't know if the software has the ability for me to implement an affiliate type platform where you guys can actually sign up people through this platform as well. I have no problem with that, but your Empower Network blog is designed for that. It's already built and already designed before that. So simply this: if somebody wants to, what?
You froze.
I froze. I'm not froze on my end. It's weird. Am I froze with everybody? Okay, no. Just you, Holly, froze. So if, in fact, that people want to sign up on your team, you can still sign them up on your team through the Empower Network. But this is the problem, guys. I mean, and you guys have already experienced it. When someone goes through your sign-up page in the Empower Network and they sign up, they end up going through the Empower Network funnel, which is designed to show them how to become internet entrepreneurs. And they're like going, wait a minute, I didn't sign up to be an internet entrepreneur. I want to learn how to lose weight. They wonder what the heck you got them into, and there's no way, because the Empower Network blogging system is an external software or external program that we're only members of. I can't alter the behind-the-scenes landing pages. I can't alter where people go. So instead of trying to explain that constantly, well, oh, you don't worry about that. Don't listen to that until you're ready for it. It's literally for you to go, okay, look, you know what? I'm gonna here's where you go to sign up for the content. We're here to go to my page, get your kit, sign up and get your kit, because you're going to need that in order to be a part of the challenge. And then click the link to my blog. They will take you to this page and sign up. So you won't earn commissions under your team members, because ultimately, if you get them on your blog, you can have them say, look, you want a blog. You haven't signed up under your blog, because look, blogging is still, I believe, a huge tool to help you get to where you want to go. Knowing what you're doing and how you're eating, how you're feeling is important. That hasn't changed. I just can't get it to work in the way that I want so everybody can see it. So I'm using the Facebook platform to deliver content. The blog is still the blog, and it still has value, and you still want to encourage people to blog about their journey. It's just not going to be seen. It'll be seen by you, and they'll see what you're teaching them, but it won't, and it'll see whatever I post, but it won't be seen by anybody else. Go ahead, Bobby.
So I'm like Holly, and I'm like you. I'm still going to continue my blog, but I agree. I think that the interaction between all of us is going to increase greatly on the Facebook page, rather than the way it was on, the only way we were interacting is you staying up for an hour and a half, reblogging.
Yeah.
And then, I went through that a couple times while you were gone trying to do it, and then I understood that that's a pain in the ass. So,
right. You got it.
So that's great, and I think that's something that people will start seeing. Okay, this is great. Now we can. The Facebook page is going to allow us to do exactly what, as far as the interaction piece, let us do exactly what you wanted us to be able to interact, support each other, back up each other, keep each other accountable. But of course, the blog is good too, because you're blogging, and that helps people get through the process also. So,
right.
I'm tracking.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Inside the members area, I can have as one of the very first things people do is set up their blog in order for them to be able to post their blog inside the fan page content. We're not, the way it's set up now, we're not able to give people direct instructions on what to do as soon as they come into the system. They're getting diverted, and they're shutting down because I'm going, wait a minute, I don't want all this other stuff. So when they sign into the members area, the first thing they say is, okay, you want to get your Empower Network blog through the team member that brought you here, because blogging is an integral part of finding your way to your end zone, finding success. This is how you sign up for your blog. This is how you set up your blog. Go through these steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like Bobby's put together for you, in order to get your blog so you're able to use your blog inside the members area, because if you use the Empower Network link, it's going to be blocked, right? So we can at least show them, at least we can give them tutorials for those who decide that, yes, they want all the success they can get. Not everybody's going to blog. We've already seen that a lot of people, that 80 something, they started out with 120 something, and then they went to 80. Now it's like 55 people. They're back there. They're not blogging. So my thing is that I don't want you to spending $25 a month if you're never going to use the tool. What's the point? The point is, if it's free or not free, you're not going to use it. You're not going to use it. But those people there's those people that are going to come in and go, tell me exactly what to do in order to get the results that I want. It's going to be step 1. Sign up for your blog, because blogging is a part of it. And their response may be, well, if it's just a blog, then why can't I just go to Blogger and get it for free, or go to WordPress? I'll say, fine. I don't really care where you get your blog. This particular one, if in fact you think at some point in time you're going to want to turn your blog from your personal journey and monetize it, like I did from the very beginning, this is probably the best platform for you, because you can turn on it at will. As you decide, you can turn on all the educational tools in order to build your business. It's all there. The top people in the world are there to show you how to do that. If that's not important to you now, and you can be either short-sighted, because I didn't, if I'd have known, 45 or 3 months later that I was actually going to be teaching people what I did, I probably would have, and if someone gave me this advice, I probably would have taken it, right? But not everybody's going to follow your advice. But we're going to give them a roadmap to follow. Some people are going to follow it 100%. Some people are going to follow it partially. So to answer your question, Holly, signing up and using your blog is going to be one of the tools that we say is integral for getting success in this journey, in this Million-Pound March Challenge. It is not going to be a mandatory requirement because I'm never going to force people to spend money they're not going to get any value out of, because not everybody wants to monetize, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. So ultimately, you want the people, put it this way, you'll never build a successful business having people follow you that have no intention of ever doing anything with it. Having somebody sign up for a blog and get $25 a month and they never build their business, that's all they're worth to you is $25. To get somebody that says, no, I want to build a business, who ends up getting 100 people in their business, they're people that can help you build a business. So you need to learn how to discern from having people who want to build a business and people who want to lose weight, and give them what they want versus forcing one or the other down their throat. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Definitely.
Colin.
Yes.
Hi, it's Bernice.
Hi, Bernice.
Hi. Will it work like the Underground Revolution page, like with the sign-in? Because the Underground Revolution was different than just a regular closed Facebook group, right?
It was private. It was a private members area. You had to have a membership.
Some kind of access, like an access code to get in, or something different than the private groups, normal private groups that I'm on in Facebook.
Right, like we have a private group, but the software won't work in a group. It only works on a fan page.
Gotcha.
So I can't deliver the. I wish I could have delivered the content in the group we already have, in the private group we already have. But I asked them, and they say it won't work. It wasn't developed for that. Facebook does not allow you to have any kind of automated content provider inside of a private group.
So that's why you had to do that with the Underground Revolution also. Okay.
Right.
I get it.
So that's why you have the private members area. And I hope that they've supposedly updated the software to make it a lot more easier and more private. But I just know that we had some glitches with the members area system, what have you. But ultimately, as far as being able to deliver content and being able to add new content and being able to have it easy to find and easy to know exactly what chronological order to follow is important. And right now, we're not able to do that with the existing blogging system.
No, I agree with you. I think it's a good idea.
So I'm trying to basically bridge the gap between the two things, because, like I said, those who are entrepreneurial that want to, eventually monetize their success on this protocol, will do that, and I don't want to give them an avenue to do that. But those who just want the information, and right now that's not what they care about, I want to be able to give them that, because that's going to, I think if you narrow the funnel too much, that's what limits people actually getting into the community. The community is what's going to help people succeed more. The more people you have supporting you, the bigger your community, the more you're apt to follow and stay connected to that community. And so as it is right now, the community is too isolated. Every week we have the same, 5, 10 people show up to the Hangouts, and there's 50 people out there not doing anything, and on that page there's 5,000 people there that want information, but they don't know where to find it. So let's give it to them, and this way each and every one of you can actually lead by example by actually being a part of the tribe here. Go ahead, Colin.
Well, I like the blog because if somebody asks you, oh, how'd you lose so much weight? Say, go to my blog, and you can get credit for that. They can order from your, to tell them they have to.
That doesn't change. That doesn't change. In other words, if you're providing content on your blog, right? I'm still going to encourage people to build and create their blog, but I'm not going to use the blogging system as the source of content to give them. I'm still going to say blogging is something that is going to be hugely beneficial to your journey. This is where I recommend, no, people are going to be blasting you on how you transform your body. You can show them that, and you can actually make some money doing that. But not everybody's going to want to take that road. So I wanted it to be an option instead of, right now, in order for you to get access to the Million Pound March content, you have to sign up for the blog to get in there. But then you have to search from hell or high water to find the content, and you can't see what the community is saying or doing. All those wonderful recipes that you put in there, Holly, those pictures you lay out and everything is beautiful. Unless I'm in there reblogging your shit every single day, nobody sees that. And that to me, is a disservice, right? They need to see that. So if you're doing that stuff and you're posting it inside the Facebook fan page that everyone gets to see it, that's going to entice more people to say, hey, look, this girl's got great recipes. I love what she's doing. I want to follow her. Well, guess what? You put your link, when you post all your pictures of all your recipes, you put your link to your blog so they can sign up there and get that stuff. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Maybe? She's froze. So I'm saying that right now, those guys, all you guys that are posting and you're sharing all this great content, the way it's set up now, I have to be the one to reblog that stuff. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it. It's just way too labor intensive. So I think that people aren't getting the benefit of the community, and that's why we're losing members, because they can't see what everybody's doing. They can't get excited about what everybody else is doing. And automatically you'll notice that people will respond on the fan page a lot. I mean, every time somebody pops a question up there, I see that it's answered by 2 or 3 people before I even get to it. That's the way I want things to be. I want support to be, people to feel supported all the time, and they can't get that right now in the current platform. But we're not eliminating the blog. I'm not eliminating the blog. I'm just using the Empower Network blogging system for what it was designed to be. It's designed to be a place for you to share your personal journey, and then for you to send people in order for them to read your journey and to sign up and to be taught by you, technically. And that doesn't change, but where I'm going to be delivering the content does change. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure that it's clear. And I really think that once it's all set up and people, I mean, it's so much easier. I'm just telling you that I literally posted all my entire week's worth of foods from my phone to the Facebook page in freaking 30 seconds. And I used 2 separate phones. I took pictures from both phones, and I just put last week's dishes at a glance in 2 seconds. And I can't do that the way it's set up now. I have to plug in my phone. I'm like, freaking, I'm not doing it. It's got to be easy for me, I know it'll be easy for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If I want to pop up a new workout video, I can just pop it up, boom, put it to the fan page, I'm done with it. If I want to make it private content, I can just log into my members area on my phone and add the content to the Million Pound March private members area. I can do both, and I think if I can deliver content, answer questions, and send people to that page in order for them to get coaching questions, get answers, and to sign up and be a part of that group, that's the best place for us to do that. And people are going to follow you when you're able to post your content. I'm telling you, Holly, you got great freaking meals. I mean, great presentation. And, I think if people actually can go to your blog and see all that stuff, they'll be highly impressed. Right now, you're not getting the exposure you deserve because of the way the platform's set up. I see it, and if I reblog them, Bobby sees them. And if somebody's under you, they see them. Well, that's it. And so there's 1 out of every 5 dishes get seen, because I usually go through that every couple of days, and I go and try and reblog. And after I reblog about 3 or 4 posts, I go, I'm done. And I go on to something else, because it takes way too much time. So I think once you see the big picture, you're going to like the fact that people are actually responding to your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting 1 or 2 likes, you can get 50 likes on a post or a picture or a comment. And I think that's what keeps people engaged, when they know that people are watching and that people care. And that's really what the goal I want to achieve. Bottom line, guys, just know that my motives are always very clear. I want people to embrace this protocol. If they've never done it before, I want them to embrace it for the first time and be blown away. I want those people that have done it 5 or 6 times that are frustrated, ready to throw in the towel, to realize that there is a way to get back on track and get ridiculous results. And I want people to get past phase 3 and go into phase 4 and have a game plan to keeping the weight off for life. And the goal is to turn off that instant gratification mentality that we've been programmed to get from being on this protocol, because the phase for life aspect is not instant gratification. If you gain 4 or 5 pounds, it's going to take you a week and a half to get that 4 or 5 pounds off, and that's okay. It's not time to jump on another protocol and drop 10 pounds every time you gain 10 pounds. That's not what it was designed to do, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work very well, especially if you're already down to your, within 10 or 15 pounds of your goal weight. It doesn't work. It's very frustrating. So I want to give people a real life comprehensive way of losing weight fast and then keeping it off easily. Go ahead.
I could talk to you privately though tomorrow. I would like to call you if you'll answer or call me back. That would be awesome.
Okay, no problem.
I called you the other day, but I don't know if you got it or you didn't call me back. No.
Okay, well, I don't call back no calls that have messages. I don't know numbers. It didn't show up. It didn't show up as your name in here. Let me see. I don't remember seeing a call from you, Holly. And I know I have.
All right. Well, I'll call you again tomorrow.
Yeah, call me tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're going now. If you guys want to kind of update us on change the conversation to what's going on with you personally, because that's what these hangouts are for. I just wanted to let people know that I'm making a shift here over the next couple of weeks, and with the goal of getting more engagement.
What's your goal date, Colin?
I'm sorry?
What's the goal date for the group to be at?
Good question. I don't want to put myself in a pickle, but I guess
I don't care. Just asking around about.
Copying and pasting, but I'm hoping to have everything up and running smoothly by say the 13th, by the 23rd. I think 10 days probably.
Oh wow. Okay, so pretty soon. Okay.
Well, yeah, I want to shift it relatively quickly. I mean, that's my goal. I mean, look, if I sit down and just clear my day and spend the day building all the content, I probably can get it done in a couple of days. But I'm waiting for them to update this stupid thing to show me how to set up the pages, because things have changed. Facebook changes, and the software has been around for a year or so now, and so it has to be updated. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still going to have Hangouts?
Absolutely. And that's what's cool about it, guys, too, is that if you don't know that when I always post the Hangout link on, I said it was 22 Social, people can actually watch and communicate through the Hangout through the fan page. And so that's another reason why I wanted to have wanted to use the fan page for the members area, because everything you can actually watch the Hangout from the fan page. Every one of you guys who has a and Bobby did it, if you have a Facebook fan page, or you can just duplicate my page by clicking the buttons below, and you can actually have the Hangout on your own page. So if you're inviting people to come in and check out the Million Pound March, and you want them to sign up for your blogging system, you can you can copy the page, or you can click the link at the bottom, and it takes them to your Empower Network page. They can sign up there for their blogs. It just makes it easier for us to duplicate everything from where I'm going right now. And that's the goal. So, I mean, really, it's kind of like everything I wanted to do with the Empower Network system, I tried to change what it was designed to do. In my head, it worked, but it just didn't work practically in the system. But they still have some really cool stuff in there, some really cool bells and whistles that you guys will be able to implement and share this information easier through Facebook. So I'll break it down to you and feature Hangouts. But yes, the Hangouts are an integral part of what we do. But this is the thing. I want Hangouts that this whole panel is full with a maximum of 10 people, and I want 1,000 viewers. You know, I want 500 viewers, 200, 300, and build it from there because people feel like they can actually be connected and engaged versus being alienated by not understanding what they're going through, through the Empower Network system. Trust me, I still love the Empower Network system. It has helped me build my business in ridiculous ways. But for me being able to teach people I want to teach them, it is not allowing me to do that in a way where everybody can access it easily. And that's why they need to be separated, and it'll be very clear for those, they get an invitation. If you want to follow me on my Empower Network blog to learn how to do what I do, I will be teaching you how to do that. And if you want to learn how to do the Million Pound March, HC Body 5 2.0, there's a place for that, and they don't need to be combined at this juncture. So, Bobby Judd, how you doing, man?
Living the dream.
Huh?
Everything's fine. Everything's going good. I kind of stabilized. I'm sitting. You know what? Just guess how much you guys think I weigh.
I don't know, but you're cutting up. So I wonder if it's my thing again.
Am I?
Yeah, it may be. I don't know if my internet here is jacked up or something, but I don't know. But I don't know. I can't tell by your face. Your face is just filled out a little bit. You don't look as gaunt, which is nice. I would say probably above 75.
Oh man, I wish. No. I basically since the day I came off of phase 3, I kind of shot up a little bit, but then I just stopped, gaining weight. I'm like at 189, something like that.
Okay.
Every day it's like 188, 189, and I'm not worried about it. I feel good. I've been super busy. Like I don't know what the heck I'm putting myself through this for, but I work too goddamn much, and it ain't slowing down anytime soon. But that's okay, because my other job is like a dream job. I mean, it ain't like I really am working hard. I'm at work, but sitting there watching fights and talking to famous people. Now I sat 3 feet from like Pete Rose on Saturday.
Wow.
I talked to Don King. I mean, so that's not really a job, right?
Right.
But I never have no weekends off. This Saturday I got a big fight at the Forum. Juan Manuel Marquez is fighting.
Yeah, dude, that's a bomb fight, man, right there.
I'm working that. I got a private show tomorrow. So I've just been super busy, and the last couple of days I've just really been thinking about. I need to put together a battle rhythm. That's what I call it. I think I've said that before. I don't know. But of how I can get myself to where I really want to be, and so a daily thing. Like I've been skipping workouts. I haven't been running. I haven't been working out because I've just been so busy. I get home, I lay down, I go to sleep. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah. I just put you on screen because I realized I'm looking at myself. So.
So I went back on phase 2. And the reason I went back on phase 2 is because I want to get back into a what's the right word? Back to the basics again, very bottom. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight in September, and I'm gonna fight at 165 pounds. So I want to get close to that. I'm gonna go to 170 pounds. And then when I hit that, by the time I hit that, I'm going to have a good battle rhythm of what I'm doing on a daily basis, consistency of, I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to work out, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to come home and I'm going to work on some stuff online. I'm really starting to get a really solid team together. I have a lot of people.
Good.
That have joined the Million Pound March, and so I'm really excited about this changeover because people ain't really using the blog. I mean,
right.
And I don't even like telling them to get the blog because they're not using it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have people sign up for the blog, but they're not using it. And of course, it's not the numbers that you have, but if I'm frustrated with the 3 or 4 people that I told get the blog not using it, then I can only imagine where your frustration could be with that. So, with that being said, I'm really excited about the transformation of going over to Facebook, where we can really start getting people to interact, back people up, and I mean, I'm starting to get a lot of team members, and I'm engaged. I'm all in. I'm trying to learn everything I can about what's the word? How you say that word? Entrepreneurship.
Right.
I really am, except I'm so dang busy that I just got to find time for it. I'm trying to find time for it, but I'm doing little things here and there. But most of all, the reason I started all of this, the reason I joined your team and all that is to get healthy again, lose weight, feel good about how I look in the mirror, and I'm there. So I've been there. I'm happy, and I'm sticking to it. But I am back on phase 2. Actually, today was my second load day. Tomorrow is day 1 of phase 2. I got about 12 shots left. I'm ordering some more tomorrow. My brother-in-law is still kicking ass. He's like at 90 pounds lost. My sister, of course, stopped doing it. My mom's on it. She's lost about 35 pounds. Kim Chapman out in Alabama is dropping. She's around 30 pounds. Her wake-up moments when she woke up and was finally under 200 pounds.
Wow. How come we can't get these people on the Hangout, man? They're like, I mean, come on, now. You're down 90 pounds. You can't give a shout-out? What up?
My goal is to get Chris, my brother-in-law, on here. I want him on here so you guys can see this guy. He's just motivated. And he literally, he's a big guy. He's a big man. He's over 300 pounds. Well, maybe he's not now.
Not anymore.
But he was close to 400 before, I think.
Okay.
So, but this guy goes. I think I may have told everybody this before. I went with him to one of his workouts, and it's like one of those personal trainer places where you go inside and there's like half a football field in there, big tires, sledgehammers, and all these machines, and it kicked my ass.
Right.
And
you should film that, man. You should film that. That'd be a great blog post to watch him swing the hammer and flip the tires. And
oh, yeah.
Think about it. This guy's coming down from almost 400 pounds. He's dropped 90 pounds in we're talking about what, 4 months?
We're a little over 3 months.
A little over 3 months. 90 pounds. What you're talking about inspiration. That's what we're talking about paying it forward, man. He's got to get on a Hangout and just share with us what that feels like to be down 90 freaking pounds. That's crazy.
I'm gonna try to get him on next week. I'll try to get him on next week. I really want to get him.
I am personally requesting that he be on a Hangout.
All right, we'll do. I'm gonna try to get and I don't know. I don't know how you can tell if people are watching or not, if there's viewers. I don't know, but
well, there were a few. That's not too many now.
But I think Kim's probably watching. She's a friend of mine back in Alabama or Georgia, and she's kicking butt at it. And then I got 3 couples that are just waiting on their stuff to come. And
you're obviously doing something right with your business model, Bobby, because you've signed up more people than anybody except for me, right? And ultimately, that's pretty cool. So that's a whole hangout in itself. How you've been able to. These are people you personally know, motivate and inspire these people to all sign up and get on point. And you have these success stories. And the crazy thing is, and that's what tells you. That's what tells me clearly that the platform is not working. You got a guy that's lost 90 freaking pounds and won't blog. You got somebody else lost 40 pounds and won't blog. Another person has lost 30, 40 pounds and they're not blogging. And it's because something must be too difficult to do. So we have to somehow make it simpler. They can post a little blurb on Facebook, on the Facebook group, and get all kinds of love from 5,000 people. That to me inspires me. So, and I like you're in a position to ask them, seriously, you've had this kind of success. what has been keeping you from sharing that success with other people or tracking it or whatever? I mean, they'll answer the question. We need to know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Well, I've asked them all that question. I think a couple weeks ago that was something that we left with is talking to some of our, and I asked them all that question, and my sister probably gave me the best answer. And I'm going to put her on blast. She'll be pissed at me, but guess what? It's my sister, so that's just how we do each other. But I can't 100% relate to somebody that is, I want to say this the right way, severely overweight. You know, I'm always big. I got really big. I got way heavier than I wanted to get, 240 pounds about. My sister and her husband are really big and really have been their whole life, high school and after. So the way what my sister told me is that basically she doesn't want anybody knowing about how she feels because she's so emotionally destroyed from being overweight. And just like when I told her, hey, look, I need you to at least put your why out there. Put your why out there because it's not for anybody else, it's for you. The why is for you.
Right.
You can write whatever the heck you want. It's your why. It's for you to go back to and use it, And so she did her why, and it was half-assed a little bit, and I got on her about it. And then she typed me an email and said, just typing this is making her cry. So she's basically saying that it's an emotional thing. She doesn't want to type about what she's doing to lose the weight. She doesn't want to type about her being overweight. And that could be something that's common out there across the board. So I think that.
But I totally get that, and this is the part that they don't know, is because when you're in those feelings now, it's like if I had actually sat down and wrote how I felt the day I was in my closet and I had that breakdown, how I really felt. Now, I can go back and think about it and I can talk about it, but I can never embrace the true, real emotion, the shame that I felt at that moment. Even though I get emotional about it now, but it's never as intense as it was that day. Just literally freaking in my closet and I'm sobbing and I don't know how to stop. And I am standing there feeling mortified that I'm actually a grown man at 40-something years old in my closet crying because I cannot get into my clothes and then I hate the way I freaking look. And had I been able to actually articulate those feelings, if my wife had recorded the conversation I had with her moments after that moment happened, it would be completely different than every time I've retold that story to this point. And there's no way you can go back and try and harness those feelings and those thoughts. So even if her blog never saw the light of day, for her to take a journey from, and even your brother-in-law take a journey from what it feels to be in a 400-pound body and what it's going to feel like to be in a 190-pound body, he's going to try to remember what it felt like, and he'll come close, but he'll never be able to share the pain that it really feels. And there's 1 million, 2 million, 20 million people out there that are in the same exact boat, afraid to share, and they're just waiting for somebody to have the courage to lead the way. And so we have to realize that whenever we make a shift, even though it seems like it's all about us right now, it's really about how you can impact someone else's life. And I'm telling you that I would not be here today if I just didn't sit down in front of my computer. It wasn't this computer, but it was an old computer I had here. It may have been a laptop. I know it was a big old freaking Dell. And I sat down and said, I just want to tell you what has happened to me. And I started telling people, sitting in this new body, going what it felt like to be in this new body. And just because of the way I conveyed it that day, at that moment, that video went from 0 to 5,000 views overnight and went to 100,000 views in a matter of like 30 days. And I could never duplicate that moment again in my life, right? because of the true rawness of what was I feeling at that moment. So that's why being in the moment, blogging, and recording either through video, audio, or text what's going on with you, because you can look back at that and basically put that diary together, and it may be the next bestseller. It may be you looking back at it and going, oh my God, I cannot believe I've made it through this journey. So that's why it's so important. I understand it's painful, but that pain is really what keeps you on your journey, because when you realize how fucking bad you feel right now, it tells you that I don't want to stay here. I've stayed here for 30 years. And if I have this much pain of where I'm at, I need to move forward, make a shift to get where I got to go. And so your brother-in-law is literally changing his life. I mean, changing his life, and he's in momentum. And his transformation, I tell you right now, is going to change freaking, if he allows himself to be out there, can change hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. So that's why I say paying it forward. If you wanna, on this journey to losing weight is a crazy journey. But if you want to keep the weight off, help somebody else do the same. Right? Yeah, Holly.
Where do we get books? How do we order that?
What? Say it again.
How do we order the Phase for Life book?
Where
do we order it?
Phaseforlife.com.
Oh, okay.
Phaseforlife.com. So PHASE 4life.com, and it goes right to their website. You click on it, and you go right from get it right from Amazon. Because we're gonna, in the Phase 4,
okay,
have some recipes and meal plan, but it's not gonna be the whole book. So I'm telling you that I'm excited about what we're laying out, because nobody's done it. Nobody's done it, guys. You don't realize you're pioneering something. And Holly, I'm telling you that you got some skills, girl. You got some skills. I mean, whatever you obviously have, but there's obviously a labor of love every time that you're creating a meal for yourself, which is hugely important. I mean, I don't know if you've always been a baker, cooker, or whatever, but I mean, seriously, you got skills, and you should take every one of those recipes you're putting together, and you track them, and I will show you how to create your own recipe book and publish it yourself, because that's part of what I did. That was a part of my journey. I self-published my book, and my wife self-published her recipe book and put it on Amazon and put it out. Now it's being sold all over the world, and I didn't go to a publisher and pay them $20,000 bucks. I did it myself for a few $100s. So I think that you should keep track of every one of those recipes and publish your own little book.
I just art. I always have been creative with different things. I don't know. It's just fun for me.
Well, and that's my thing. See, you don't understand that people will pay you for those recipes and tell you how you make them, and that's a part of you monetizing your blog. Something that's fun for you, that comes very easy to you, that people want. I mean, I tell you right now, food rules the world. I tell you, my wife on Amazon, my wife's recipe book outsells my book. Right, because people don't, they know the protocol. Once they get it, they get it once. They freaking know how to eat. They want the recipes, and it's like, seriously. I mean, food rules, right? So I encourage her to do another one. She's like, oh my God, that was just too hard for me. But it outsells them. Not talking about people that buy it to our kids and stuff like that, but book for book, the royalty checks come in. She gets a royalty check. I get a royalty check for our book sales. Her check's always bigger than mine. Because
she's amazing too. Her food.
And she's always where I experiment and create with diet plans and try to find the holy grail of cracking the code to keeping the weight off. She experiments with food dishes. Now her collaborating with Heather, the two of them are like freaking mad scientists in the kitchen, man. They're freaking constantly figuring out how to turn something that everybody wants, that's going to make you fat, and make it look and taste like that, but have it be completely healthy. And that's their journey, and that's their passion.
Yeah.
And so every time you're making your little, I'm telling you, I would not blow smoke up your ass. I'm telling you, every time you freaking put your food dishes up there, they're just creative. They look nice, and I'm telling you, just keep that little log, keep those little photos, because those photos can be transferred into a nice little recipe book that people can have, especially for phase 2, phase 3. There's no recipe book right now for phase 3 2.0. So everybody that's inputting the stuff that they're creating for their, trying to navigate phase 3 2.0, that could be a collaborative recipe book. Where it's just you publish a book where everybody collaborates and we put it out there, and everybody gets a subtitle in it. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I think about doing with people that are like-minded. You collaborate and you create something that people are going to need, and they're willing to pay for because it's valuable. It has value. So that's what I'm talking about as far as taking your talents and the things you love to do and monetizing them. And Bobby has a talent to make things simple, and he obviously has a talent of recruiting people. I mean, he's paying it forward big time because he's got people that are actually on the journey right now, and the only thing they're not doing is documenting that journey. So, and these are the people, guys, that when I'm telling you that I don't know how I put out here on my radio show, and about needing somebody an event planner, and actually somebody who listened to the show emailed me and said they would help me put together the live event that we're going to have at some point this year. I'm going to pull it off one way or the other. I don't care if there's 20 people in the audience. It's going to be our first live event. And these people that are freaking making this journey and making these massive transformations, what would that be like for them to be able to walk on stage and get freaking applause by 100 people or 1,000 people and show them that kind of love and have them tell their story? Because this is the thing. You don't mind telling your story when you're looking out the other end of that journey. You look back, and that's a story that breaks people's hearts, but it also inspires them. People are afraid to tell their story in the beginning. You know why? Because they're afraid they're going to fail, and they don't want people to judge them. But once you've already made it to the other side, and people are going, "Are you serious? How'd you lose 200 pounds in 6 months or 7 months?" And you can talk about how it felt to be at 400 pounds and what it feels like to be at 200 pounds. And you can actually tell it and tell it with a smile on your face because you know that you've walked that walk and no one has done it for you. You're the one that did it. It's a very inspirational and it just gives you like a great deal of empower is not the right word, but you are empowered to really do all kinds of things when you've accomplished something like that. So that's why this journey to me is so passionate, and that's why I want to make it easy for people to be able to tap into it. So I'm going to hit over my 90 minutes, guys. So I want to move on and go eat dinner. But I'm re-energized and excited about the Million Pound March because I can see at least I make it easier for people to access it and get the information and the content. And that's really what it's all about. It's about getting the content and people like you guys paying it forward and getting recognized for being pretty amazing human beings, So that's what it's all about. So I'm excited to kind of change the platform and give it a new resurgence. All right. So, and I got some really cool. And Holly, you may like this. I got some really cool. When we were in Belize, we took the sandbag with us to Belize because you could just empty out all the sand and you flatten it down and put it in your suitcase. Then you get to Belize, you fill it up with Belizean sand, and we had 50-pound bag that we worked out with, and we were like, man, I wish we had some kettlebells. And so we got back here, and Janie found they have sandbag kettlebells that you can fill up, and you can make them live like 50 pounds, 35 pounds. And I just went and filled them up this morning out at the beach today. And so now we have full-on sandbag kettlebells that you can actually travel with, but you can work out with kettlebells. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's amazing what they come out with, man. But the cool part is that you can literally take your gym with you in your suitcase. All you need is a couple of resistance bands, a sandbag, and sandbag kettlebells, and you got a full-on workout station anywhere in the world. So it's pretty cool. So I want to get those like custom labeled for the AC Body for Life, so we can have that as part of our product line because I just think they're just really cool. Anyway, and this. Go ahead. Did you say something? You have something to say?
Fan of the sandbag. I love it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Kettlebell sandbags are cool. Bobby, we're gonna get you working out, dude. We're gonna get you from that boxer's mentality to from running and cardio to getting some making some power moves with these workouts. But
wait before you go.
Yeah.
What's a good workout? I know squats and lunges. Like what's butt lifted a little bit.
Break
Like
out.
I want a bubble butt. Workout to get a bubble butt.
All right, you know what? I'll have my stepson Ryan, who's the training expert. He basically trains the stars. He's a big big celebrity guy. I'll have him put together a bubble butt workout so I can upload it in the $1 Million March. Trust me, I'm trying to get my own damn bubble butt. I got no ass at all. For a black man, I got no ass. Yeah, my wife laughs at my are you with me on that one, Brief? So
Yes, yes.
yeah, so I'll have Ryan put together a quick like 4 or 5 exercise bubble butt video that I'll upload. Because he's the king with that, and he trains with Brian Yoon, who trains Mark Wahlberg and The Rock and those guys. So he's like Mr. Celebrity Trainer. So I have him share some of his celebrity with us, and we get some training, get some good workouts. Okay. All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for being here. Keep sharing the love. Keep fighting the fight. And we'll see you next week. And if you want to continue to put up your dishes for the week, please do. Bobby, it's going to be easy for you now because you're on phase 2. You won't be able to throw all the junk you were eating for the last couple of weeks, right? You know what, though? I'm telling you, your face looks better at that weight, man. So, I know you're getting down to 165 the box, but I guess that's just like your fighting weight. Your walk around weight's going to be what, $170, $175?
Yeah. I mean, really, to tell you the truth, I have some time, and so I want to see if I can do it.
Right.
I don't want to drag this out any longer, but I don't want to. I always walked around a lot heavier than I fought, and so it was almost like I was fighting 2 fights. I fought my weight, I lost a bunch of water weight, got on the scale, and then I fought. I don't want to do that this time.
Right. But I mean, you have to figure out what your natural body weight is, because if it's not 165, you're gonna have a hell of a time staying there.
I think 189, 190 is where my body wants to be.
Right.
I don't like it though.
Right. Well, no, I think you're safe at 170, 175, because you can drop 10 pounds before a fight, and then rehydrate back up. But I think that trying to stay at a solid 165 is just going to be challenging for you.
Yeah.
Because you're really gaunt at 165.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Peace
How
and
you
love,
feel?
guys. Thanks for all being here, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right.